Previously on Trails in the Reverie, Claire teamed up with Sarah and Sharon for an investigation, but then she ran into her cousin Isara, who she was on bad terms with. The Emperor kidnapped Isara and fought the trio while invisible, only to get away by attacking Isara as a distraction. Afterwards, Claire reconciled with Isara, who was about to work at Forest Branch campus as a new instructor.
Slab of Reminiscence activated.
Path chosen. My story takes place a week after Crossbell's liberation. Right as instructor Randy returned to the branch campus several days after Yuna. Oh, look who it is. Welcome back, Instructor Randy. It's good to have you here again. This is after Mecha Mishi, huh? Hey, Reen, Toei. Even got Michael coming out to say hello. You didn't have to roll out the red carpet for me. This isn't a big deal. No way, we wouldn't miss this for anything. Sounds like you had plenty to straighten out over there once things settled down. You don't know half of it. Wait, shouldn't you free be teaching right now? If you're all here, where are the students? We moved our homeroom periods up, so it's fine. It's what they all wanted anyway. Wait, who wanted? Instructor Randy! So, it's so good to see you. Welcome back. You and Yuna were pure brilliant in that operation. That's our instructor for you. Always ready to put in the work and get the job done. Right. Wow. Thanks, kids. I missed you. None of you got rusty while I was away now, did you? You have nothing to worry about there, Instructor. What are you talking about? You all lost a bunch of levels. The previous game was supposed to end on level 150-ish, but here everyone got de-leveled to 90. Yeah, somehow they got de-leveled since the Liberation of Crossbell, which was supposed to be level 100. I'm more wondering if you got rusty without us there to keep you on your toes. Very funny, I swear, you live to give me a hard time, Ash. You're gonna make it even harder for me to leave in a month's time than it already is. I think it's too late for that. Oh, hooray, it looks like our surprise reception was a success. I'll say, you're a special guy to us, Randy. Thanks, all of you. It really is good to be here again, even if just briefly. Like Instructor Orlando, I'll be taking my leave once this school year comes to a close. I suggest you make your decision regarding a certain something sooner rather than later, Instructor Herschel. Right. Towa! Towa! Reen, what's up? School's already over. Is something wrong? You've been spacing out a lot recently. No, I'm totally fine, just a little sleep deprived. Why haven't you gone home yet? Have you forgotten? Everyone's coming today, so you're going to tag along with me to welcome them. Oh, that's right. Reen, what time is it? We have to hurry to the station. No worries, we still have time. Let's pack up and head out. We arrive at last. I haven't been here since just before the war. It really does remind me of Trista. I'm starting to think we shouldn't have come in uniform, though. Right, things have been hectic today, but even so, wearing my uniform when I'm off duty may be a tad gosh. Oh, it's fine. You both look cool as heck, in my opinion. Hey, everyone. We're glad you could make it. Thanks for taking time out of your busy schedules to see us. It means a lot. I think nothing of it. It's just a shame that some of us weren't able to make it. I was rather preoccupied the last time I visited Leave, so I'm looking forward to having a proper tour this time. We'll be happy to show you the sights, so we only need a few more till our group is complete. Oh, there they are.
Yo, didn't think you guys would beat us.
Sorry to keep you waiting, kittens.
Not at all. We only just got here ourselves. The gang's finally back together.
I honestly wasn't sure whether I should come, but you were kind enough to invite me, so how could I say no?
Well, Shall we get this celebration underway? Let the pre-party of the Thors 220th class reunion begin!
Tonight was our class reunion, an event Angie spared no trouble planning. The main event was scheduled for a fancy hotel in Heimdall, but some coming early wanted to visit a branch campus as well. After securing the principal's permission, we agreed that they could drop by after classes had ended for the day. Whoa, is this really your first time playing tennis? Right, I've never seen anyone pick it up so quickly. Well, we used to play lacrosse back on the main campus, so racket's not too hard to wrap my head around. Doesn't hurt that a tennis ball is just about the same size. Anyway, come on, let's get serious. Is that all you students can muster up these days? I figure you could do better than this. Oh, now you've done it. We'll make you eat those words. Go, Yuna. Go, Jessica. You've got this. Wow, this looks delicious. Yes, and it's so colorful as well. That's thanks to the fresh fruit that Sandy grew. And Freddy's wild grass makes for a wonderful accent, I find. Wow, not bad at all. What exactly did he contribute to this, though? No, don't worry, it's just a bunch of herbs I picked in the mountains. I should have expected nothing less from a former member of the gardening club. You garnish with the best of them. I could learn a lot from you. That's right, love is everything, absolutely everything. Just as Tonya and Alexei demonstrate in this story, love transcends any barrier. Age, birthplace, status, even gender couldn't keep them apart. In fact, those obstacles only made their love stronger. I know just what you mean, their love is so pure and precious. What about you two, what do you think? That we just want to be left the hell alone. Maybe I should have gone elsewhere. And that's how it's done. Whoa. Her form was so beautiful and flawless. You were superb, Angelica. I'm extremely impressed. Angie's always been good at this sort of thing. Stuff like that lets her make a good impression on the kind of people who care about decorum. What can I say? It's the secret to my success in life. But enough about me. Muse and Maya, you fill out those kimonos wonderfully. What a double dose of heavenly beauty. We should call a few more kittens over and have ourselves a very intimate little kimono party. They're in school, Angie. Call your jets. I don't know. I think it's a rather intriguing proposition. Intriguing or not, we don't even have enough kimonos to go around for it. You good, Vincent? You've been sitting completely still for a while. Did he fall asleep? Someone please help me. My legs, they've fallen asleep. What's the matter, Reen? You're getting slow on me. Oh, you're not bad for a guy who hasn't done this in ages yourself. Oh, you guys are too cool. I've known for years that Crow is a deft hand, but wow. They are the ones who put on that legendary school festival performance. We can't let them steal a spotlight. And so the fun times flew by. And we headed for the hotel in the capital that would serve as the venue for our class reunion. That was such a blast. It was. There were so many incredible students here. We'll have to bring the rest of our old class to visit someday. Sounds like fun. You'll be going straight back to Jirai after the party's over, right, Crow? I seem to remember Stark applying for some time to follow suit. Yeah, sounds like things have been nuts over there lately, so we're gonna go see what's up. I'm sure you know all about the debates in Northumbria about breaking off from the Empire. All that's been having an influence on Jirai too. I'm sure all the word about Crossbell getting its independence back is only adding fuel to the fire. But Jirai's only prospered as a special economic zone, so I can't see them throwing that away just for autonomy. In their case, yeah, Northumbria might be a different story though. I take it that when everything's calmed down, you're planning to, well... don't be getting all mopey on me. We're not snot-nosed kids anymore. Says a perpetual troublemaker. Well, take care. Let me know when you get to Jirai safely. Sure thing, Mom. Yeesh. You'll be coming back by train afterward, right, Towa? I hope you have a good time. Thanks, I'll be back later on tonight. By the way, that dress is looking real fine, you, Towa. Tomorrow's a free day, so what's the harm in coming back tomorrow morning? If we're going to party up at a hotel, we could also party it down, if you get my drift. Angie, don't even try to keep it big anymore. Make sure you keep your cougar on a tight leash, you hear, George? Someday this will stop being up to me. Someday. Anyway, time to head off. See ya, Reen. Take care. Give my regards to the others. We will. Bye for now. Do we have to do a motorcycle racing game?
Hot damn. Gotta level with you guys. Today was more of a blast than I ever expected.
That was your first time on campus in a while, so I'm not surprised you got into it. I'm glad I came too.
Well, you're welcome back anytime. Students were happy to see you. So, once things have settled down in Jirai, you're planning to go travel all on your own, right, Crow?
That's the plan. I think I'm a smidge too old for journeys of self-discovery, to be honest. But I wouldn't even be here now if not for Ordine and the rest. It makes me want to find meaning in my life, you know?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, make the most of it.
My investigation into the Black Workshop is mostly done, so I'm asking if the professor will let me stay at the Ruhr Institute. Nothing's gonna erase the bad I've put into the world. But that doesn't mean I can't try to put in some good.
I think that's a good idea. Perfect, even.
We're all living through a time of great change for the Empire. For the whole continent, really. The class system we've all accepted as an immutable part of Erebonian life is on its way out the door. That's why I need to talk to Father about what our family can do for the people of Nortia going forward. What about you, Towa? Have you decided whether you're going to leave the branch campus or not?
You knew?
You forget, we four go way back. We figured it out ages ago. That's about the only thing that could be eating at you like this right about now.
We're here if you need friends to talk it through with, Towa. And that's what we're here for. To lean on when the going gets tough.
Guys. Alright. You win. You remember how I went around and helped multiple NGOs after graduating? One of those groups helps rebuild areas hit by disaster or war. And they resolve diplomatic disputes as a neutral party. Well, that organization's director got in touch with me recently. They said their goal was to help address the scars the war has left on the world. And they want me to help.
Huh. I didn't think you'd been asked to help do something that big.
Fits you like a glove, though. Between the Civil War, this last war, and the trade conference, you've shown you're great at desk work, negotiating, and so much more. I can see you really being able to make a difference in a place like that, which must be what they see in you, too.
I feel like they're overestimating me a little, to be honest. While the war might technically be over, we're still very much feeling its effects. It's been 6 months since we all came together to end the Great Twilight, but a great shadow still looms over us.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about the hell being raised in Jirai and Northumbria. Crossbell's never not feeling it.
And those who played a part in bringing it about still have atoning to do. Myself included.
And then there are the people scarred by the war.
You know what I think, Towa? I think you have your answer already.
Yeah, maybe I do. I can't deny it's a really important task. I'd likely be able to help the Empire and all of Zumeria far more in this role than if I were just to stay an instructor. Objectively speaking, I'm also sure I could handle the workload involved. Even so,
This takes me back to Thors. Remember when we were in on those Orchis tests? You were totally bewildered as to why you'd been chosen at first.
Oh, I really was. We were all good friends by that point. But I remember being so confused on why Instructor Sarah picked me. You and Crow were two of the most capable students in our year. George was one of Professor Schmidt's disciples and a highly gifted engineer in his own right. And then there was me, an ordinary girl who just knew my way around organizing files a little better than most.
But wasn't Crow running short in credits, and that's why he had to repeat a year? Of course, he was only doing that in order to do his own terrorist plans, probably, because of how timing works.
I don't know. If anyone else said they became student council president in the first year, I wouldn't believe them. That's something you handled like it was nothing, I might add. Even with the Orchis tests thrown into the mix. While on our field studies, you'd prepared the rest of the council for every kind of eventuality without fail. And then you still had the energy to support us by drafting up game plans and guiding us wherever we went.
We would have been up shit creek without those. Sarah was some kind of slave driver on us innocent babes. You made it so we did more than squeak by on those tests. Even made him a fond memory. You're the glue that holds us together, Towa.
You're all gonna make me blush. I was only able to do all of that because I had you. You noticed how anxious I was and gave me a gentle push in the right direction. Having you all at my back gave me the strength to face forward. That's why I was able to handle everything. So much happened during our years at the academy, both good and bad. But no matter how grim things looked, we always got through them by supporting each other. And before I knew it, I'd really come to love Thors. And there was Class VII. I never could have dreamed when I met everyone that we'd make it through 2 wars together. But here we are.
I doubt anyone could have seen all that's happened coming.
It's been wild beyond belief, yeah. Remember when I died? Fun times.
I know we use humor to cope, but Hades above, that is grim. Oh, you know, you technically never graduated, did you, Crow? Maybe you could enroll at the branch campus when your journey's all over. Finish up your studies.
Seconding that idea. Don't you want to study under Instructor Reen?
Yeah, 'cause I really want to hit those books.
There's a part of me that wishes I could turn back time and go through school all over again. I only enrolled at Thors because I didn't want to run away from the importance of power in the military. But I got more than I ever bargained for during my time there. And I'm still learning so much by teaching at the branch campus. It was the connections we gained from being part of the Thors family that let us overcome the Great Twilight. And I think those connections are just as important as the work I'd be doing as part of the NGO. Carrying the torch of camaraderie and cooperation forward however we can is our duty as the foundation of the world.
Fair enough.
Sounds to me like your course is set then.
Just follow your heart, Towa. It won't lead you astray. If life takes you to a fork in the road and neither road feels right to tread, you forge a third path, all your own. That's how Reen's and how our group have always done it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Angie. Thanks for helping me think this through, you guys.
I just sat here looking pretty.
Give it your best, Towa. We'll always be rooting for you. No matter how far apart we are or how much our paths diverge, that will never change.
Never ever.
We then made our way to the class reunion in the capital. It was wonderful seeing so many old friends I hadn't had time to meet since graduating, and between good food and drinks, time flew. As soon as time came to depart, and after saying my goodbyes, I only just made the last train of the night back to Leaves. Oh, that was so much fun. Everyone looked like they were doing so well. Klein, Friedel. I hope we can squeeze in enough time to hang out again soon. Next stop is Leaves. Leaves, when disembarking. That was a close one. I almost missed my stop. Welcome back. Oh, what brings you here, Reen? Did you come to meet me? I was out for a nighttime stroll anyway, so I thought I would. You have a fun time at the reunion? The funnest. I admit I didn't expect to get back and run into you first thing like this. I just couldn't go to sleep. I've got a lot on my mind, I guess. There's the next term's lessons and new students to plan for, not to mention the fact that we're going to be losing Randy and Major Irving. And possibly even you too. Oh. You saw right through me too, huh? Listen, Reen. I'm not going to weigh in on your decision. If I did, I just end up trying to make you stay. Besides, even if you do end up leaving, that's not going to sever the bond between us. That's how Thors is. Just follow the path you believe in, and know that I'll be supporting you the whole way. Thanks, Reen. That means a lot coming from you. I could tell that Reen felt the same way I did. That's how we were able to come this far. Even when we were apart, we were always supporting one another. And with that in mind, the path I ought to choose became clear. Later. Is that your answer, Miss Herschel? Yes, I'm going to stay at the branch campus. But I still want to take on as many jobs as possible from the NGO. Well, we personally love that, but are you sure? The path you're choosing to go down is undeniably more difficult than any of your other options. You're gonna need some extra coffee. Hey, I know. But I think my connection to Thors will prove useful in my NGO activities. I want to link the two of them together, not just for the Empire, but for the future of the entire continent. I see, in that case I'll say no more. Probably, maybe some of the field studies are going to involve working with the NGO. Let's get down to business. I want to talk to you about the arrangements for negotiations in the lead up to the signing ceremony. Of course. She's going out of her way to pick the hardest path of them all. Thors has quite the future ahead of it, and that includes you. This is just the end result of all our choices. Hell, you and I are both a part of Thors now. You don't get much room to talk, pal. Well, you're not wrong. She'll be taking my place as head instructor. Schwarzer, you better give her the backup she needs. Of course, for both you and Randy. The new military finance instructor is coming by to say hello today, right? Yeah, she'll be taking Instructor Herschel's place. She can be quite rash, but I do believe she's the right woman for the job. Is Sarah Irving? From the previous daydream? And if I remember correctly, she's your... So this is it. Thors Branch Campus, the place connected to our alma mater. Well, not much else to do but dive right in. I'll give this everything I've got. Well, that was a pretty short daydream. Still got... Yeah, Diamond Nova's not... You are... Do I already have that? I don't know. But I did get a costume. And a bunch of notes. This next one is also supposed to be non-combat, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it.
"3 days after the SSS successfully liberated Crossbell, I found myself being the first of my old classmates to see the city in all its newfound freedom. Excuse me, but would you two be Commander Sonia Bells and Vice Commissioner Pierre?
That's correct. Inspector Regnitz, yes? We've been expecting you.
Quite an entourage.
It's a pleasure to meet you both.
We've come on behalf of the Government Accountability Inspectorate. I hope we can count on your cooperation during our visit. Ordinarily, the withdrawal of all Erebonian troops and weaponry from Crossbell should have happened immediately after the war. The IDF's occupation had caused a delay, but now it could finally be executed, and overseeing it was our mission. This critical assignment came directly from my father, a task closely linked with Crossbell's independence to boot. Veteran inspectors in Rhineford were entrusted with watching over Tangram Fortress and the local military factory, while I was assigned to the city itself, and my primary focus would be the tower the defense force had occupied. The SSS only knows how to do it big, don't they? Can't believe they pulled this off. I heard Yuna's still out of school to help them in dealing with the aftermath.
Thank you. I think we have a better handle on what happened here now. So after the SSS charged in,
I remember him from the files related to the SSS. First Division, I think. What was his name again? Never mind. I need to focus on work. Off to the 36th floor, then.
It was quite the gargantuan task for Machias to inspect the inside of Orchis Tower, reviewing each shard of broken glass or overturned vase. But while working hard and working hand in hand with the local police and CGF, he set out to ensure that no offense caused by IDF would go unnoticed. The work was exhausting, mentally and physically. Days in, he was still on the clock long after burning the midnight oil. This left no time to go out for drinks with fellow colleagues. It was just him and his work. He could feel fatigue start to eat away at him. Thankfully, there was a local cafe that had become a small haven for his weary soul.
Thanks for waiting. Here's one of our very own dark roast specials.
Thank you.
Sip.
There's no better morning ritual than one that starts with a good cup of coffee. Now I can start work with my best foot forward.
Hey, check out the Imperial.
Oh yeah, a pal of mine in the tower was telling me about having to work with that guy.
Thanks for waiting. Here's one of our very own dark roast specials.
much obliged.
Sip.
Nothing like that first cup of the day.
He was determined to do his job well, for the SSS who fought by his side during the Twilight, and for all his friends doing what they could back in the Empire, and for his father who believed he could handle such an important task. Little did he know, however, that his hard-earned day off several days later would be spent around his beloved brew.
You're all out of dark roast?
I'm so sorry, sir. I know it's your go-to coffee. Ours is ground with beans imported straight from Orid. But I'm afraid something's happened that's made it impossible to get back in stock. The owner was saying something about crime being afoot.
Wait, what crime is being committed?
Oh, sorry, sir. Listen to me go on.
Not at all. In fact, do go on.
Detective? Well, what he said, our morning's just not the same without your coffee. If you don't mind, could you let us speak to the owner of this establishment?
Yeah, that kind of thing seems to be happening a lot lately. We've gotten a number of queries about missing parcels, deliveries to the wrong address, and the like. My hunch is that trade resuming just plain has companies in chaos. I sure hope things will calm down soon. Indeed. Thank you for your cooperation. I had a hunch after hearing what the cafe owner had to say, but wow. This runs deeper than I thought that rightly should. It also matches up with several reports the police have received. Several communication and delivery mishaps in the confusion just after Crossbell's liberation, where eventually traced the imported goods and sundries disappearing in transit. Right, and there are too many cases for it all to be a mere coincidence. If the staff testimonials are anything to go by, it's not just restaurants either. Any business could fall victim. And all in a way so that they don't even notice there's a pattern. Quite the underhanded operation. Are there multiple perps or is someone acting alone? What could their MO be? We need to gather information. It occurs to me now that this is rather late, but I was sent from the Empire on work related to business at Orchis Tower just last week. My name is... You're Inspector Machias Regnitz, I know. Alex Dudley of the CPD's First Investigative Division. So you knew who I was the whole time. From reports that relate to SSS, I am guessing. The First Division deals in foreign affairs as well, so naturally I know about you. Your father being Representative Regnitz and you being a member of Class 7 puts you on a radar more than any report. Right, I'm sure. Don't let me don't let me knowing that frees you up on me. For the first time in quite a while, I'm not on the clock, but I'm not about to sit back while my coffee is in danger. Well, I'm no shortage of ordeals to face in the days to come, and I won't let that be marred by the loss of one of my life's simple pleasures. Oh. So Inspector Regnitz, may I request your cooperation with my independent investigation? I realize this is out of our respective jurisdictions, but I hope you might say yes as a fellow lover of coffee. Of course, I'd be happy to assist. Plus the two form an unusual bond and open up an investigation for beloved bitter beans. Huh. Patiri. The first stop was inside the department store, where Machias questioned his old friend Patiri. The reputable trader Harold Hayworth was next on the list, and he suggested they visit each district to interview the city's merchants. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about. Use that route all the time myself. Lucky for me, I was sure to move some things around ahead of time, so we're not hurting stockwise. I'm thinking whoever's behind it, it's either green as grass in the underworld, or they straight have no fear of death, or both. What makes you think that? I don't mind answering, but it's going to cost you. And I think I can afford to give you a friendly discount, Detective. I would have guessed. I would have thought he'd have a bigger problem with her line of work. So that's about everything we could figure out. This is doing a lot more harm to the locals than I ever would have realized. This is an incredible help, so thank you. The Junior SSS is everything I'd hoped for and more. Good, with all the SSS does for us, we're always down to cover from. Ask us for help whenever you need it. I certainly will. I'm sure I'll be back at some point. He's quicker to think on his feet than I give him credit for. I wonder why I didn't see this side of you coming. I just hadn't pegged you as the type to have connections to Night Valley or a back alley bar. Any detective worth his salt knows that there are valuable clues to be derived from the underground. I suppose I'm not the only one who's had his expectations flipped then. Your fellow read like you'd be more resistant to going off book. Thought you'd be more straight-laced. Don't take this the wrong way, but that applies to you more to you than to me. Still, I've got a ways to go. Crossbell's independence is at stake. I can't afford to let my inexperience as an inspector be what screws it up. I don't think... Like, no, where's the next bar? Huh? Drunk man. Whoa there, sir. Oops, sorry about that. Not at all, I should have stepped out of the way. If I recall, this guy works in the general affairs at Orchis Tower. Remember those glasses? I remember you, you're an inspector from the Empire. Show that ID at the door, got all the paperwork in order. He's a hell of a hard worker. I'm guessing it's easy for Imperial to finish what Imperial started, huh? That isn't how I would put it. You know, I've been hearing lots of stories about fraud picking up here again. To keep that up, they might start calling this place a Sea of Sin the way they did before the SSS cleaned the place up. That's your bastard's fault. You just come in and start tearing down everything we built. Hey, that's enough. I understand lips are loose when drunk, but any more of that mouth and they'll be interfering with official business. Huh? Wait, I've seen you around too. What are you doing, you moron? Stop heckling random people on the street. Sorry about him, he gets like this when he drinks too much. Detective Dudley, Inspector Regnitz. Oh, Adios, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry if my friend said anything rude. I think he's just been doing too much OT since the liberation. Come on, man, let's go. I know it's our day off, but you drank way too much, I tell you. Sure, I can still go for more, heck. If you could stay for just another minute. Your friend here mentioned something about fraud being on the rise. We happen to know anything about that. We're in the middle of an investigation, so anything at all you could share with us would be greatly appreciated. Oh, you know what? I think I might. There's been a suspicious merchant who's been selling knockoffs of brand name goods. Retailers around here have been getting inquiries from customers on them. We're thinking of giving a heads up to the police about it, so your timing is perfect. We looked at the names of the stores that were notified. That'd be great, thank you. And a new lead from an unexpected source. After a new lead from an unexpected source, they went right to visiting the stores specified. They were more than happy to give obvious tells for the knockoffs. The similarities between each account were almost astounding. Then, with plenty of new information in hand, they agreed to find a place to sift through their findings while resting their feet. And there was no better spot for a sit-down than a certain bakery on West Street. We've managed to collect a fair bit of information. Indeed, such as how the victims up to this point have dealt in import brands and foodstuffs. Brands like the Quincy Company and Strega Corporation are among them. Estelle has to get on this too, on this investigation. Wherever these are sold, a merchant has appeared to offer the exact same products for a much lower price. These alternatives, however, are inferior knockoffs. By the time this is discovered, the merchant has already disappeared. I think there's a connection here. Almost undoubtedly, it ties into our current case. So, fraud and counterfeit goods, If you're still worried about what that man said earlier, you shouldn't be. Being Erebonian does not mean you have to shoulder the responsibilities of your entire country. Heh, thank you, I appreciate that. But to me, he represents the majority of the Crossbell's people. It makes me feel like I can't do anything to make them feel better, as an Imperial citizen, as an inspector. Oh, I see. You really are so much like me in my younger years. How so? You're deeply serious with a strong sense of justice that makes you want to live up to expectations placed upon you. But now suddenly all that pressure has become so immense that it's suffocating you, is that it? I don't know. No, you might be right. With the Chancellor now gone, the Empire is racing toward a new era. And amidst all this, my dad is now the representative Chancellor of the entire country. The first step we need to take for this new era is to restore and stabilize the relationship with Crossbell. I believe he's expecting of me the same kind of inspection results that will work to that end. Yet here I am, with my hands full with just the stuff immediately right in front of me. I can't help but hate how much of a good-for-nothing guy I am. I hope you won't mind me countering this, but I think you should be more confident in yourself, Machias. You chose the thorn-filled path of being an inspector despite how difficult it was going to be. And against your young age, you've been entrusted with the most important aftermath of restorations after the war. These more prove you're qualified. It means you absolutely can live up to the expectations your dad has of you. I get panicked when I don't produce results quickly enough. But is a brew not truly at its most divine when the beans have been roasted longer? I'm sure you understand what I mean as a fellow lover of coffee. Yeah, you're right. I think I've been trying to rush my progress so much that it's only made things worse instead. Maybe it'll take a bit longer to produce results, but better to take it slow and steady than run myself into the ground. That's the way. Pete? Hello, Detective. And to you too, Inspector. I don't know if I've ever seen you two in the same place before. If I recall, you're from that former law office, aren't you? I asked if he'd be willing to cooperate with an investigation of mine. We're just taking a short break. What investigation, if I may ask? Is it about that dealer of counterfeit goods? Been keeping up with the times, have you? Yeah, Grace has been all over it. I got to thinking about how the SSS once worked on a similar case, so I was going through some old leads and... What? Will you mind showing us those leads? If we can get our hands on some evidence, I might be able to get the first division and making the rest. Well, I don't mind at all. You've done so much for me in the past, Detective. How can I say no? Oh, but keep it a secret from Grace. If she finds out, she might end up forcing her way to a front seat on your investigation. I can picture it now. We'll keep that in mind. A few hours later. I've really hit the jackpot this time, haven't I? Crossbell never fails to disappoint me, well, save for a few sour moments. I couldn't be happier about our business arrangement myself. It's much easier to get things done this way. That's my line. I hope we can continue this most profitable relationships. If Crossbell regains its independence, then it may become much easier to do business than it was under Imperial rule. I welcome the return of a prime hunting ground for folks like us. Ha! Heh heh. Oh ho ho, wahaha! The joke's on you. Am I gonna have to play as Dudley? What's this? And who might you two be? Well, isn't Minif the conman and the infamous counterfeit dealer from Calvert? And they somehow got back into Crossbell after all they've done. So you're a small fry that used to cause so much trouble in Crossbell. What? Know who I am, do you? So my past is coming back to haunt me. I never should have allowed that cursed special support section to catch me. The files the CBD has on you from last time came in handy. We know everything you've been up to. Surrender peacefully. Really, I kind of wish they brought the Kapua family for this. Seriously, I wish I could just see the Kapua family like just going, just doing a Link burst attack on Minif. Just beat the shit out of him for all he's done. So this is because of the pesky SSS, is it? Huh, in that case, what perfect timing. I've been looking for a chance to express my gratitude for all he did for me. She's completely flipped the switch. She'll wake up the whole city at this rate. I've had my runs with the SSS as well. If you're friends of theirs, then this is an excellent opportunity to relieve some stress. It's time to get to work. Will you sure force to bring you past to your knees? Get out here, you lackeys. Teach these four-eyed lettuce heads a lesson. Did you already beat them up? Well then, no one's coming. Just where the hell are they? Oh dear. How the cops find out about the meeting spot? Damn it, this is why I hate working with crooks that always get caught. What was that? Was that directed at me? I told you we're 2 steps ahead of you. The entire department will be here soon. I hope you don't think you can get away. Aren't we clever? All we have to do is break past you, and then we can run this racket over and over again. And if he walks up aside, then we'll force you out of our way. Get him! Are we just gonna swim away while we're not looking? Have it your way. We're more than prepared to respond. I'm counting on you, Inspector Regnitz. Of course. I hope you have an evade tank build, both of you. Never mind. I guess we're just doing this cutscene style. Because they could not animate Dudley, probably. And then there were 2. Arg, those worthless idiots. What truly tragic end? For you, as if I give up so easily. Tish! Haha, it's all over for you. Dudley, I thought you were stronger than this. I still have 1 weapon left. Justice Hammer! Gah! Or was it Justice Pummel? I can't remember. Now do you get it? This is the Iron Hammer of Justice! Haha, eat my dust, you bastards! I always have a place to escape, so long as there's a horizon to reach. What the? Why won't the engine start? Don't tell me you already shot the engine. I tried to tell you. Of course we already discovered your getaway plan. So we got ahead of you and cut the engine. You're welcome to try swimming away from here, though. How could you? Well, Miss Counterfeit Dealer, Minif, you've escaped justice in the past due to your status as foreigners, but that ends today. Crossbell and its laws are evolving. I'll put in a good word for you to see to it that you get tried here. Best of luck. Is this really how it ends? Our plan was perfect. How could this happen? Man, the Kapua should have been in on this. Help us catch them.
Suspects apprehended, 0210 hours.
Have Dawn body slam Minif, damn it. And so the counterfeit dealer and swindler that had caused the stir in Crossbell were finally caught. The supply routes they had impeded soon returned to normal as the investigation progressed. It was shortly after when Machias heard that the cafe had restocked his favorite coffee beans, inspiring him to drop by the next day before work.
Sorry, thanks for waiting. Here's one of our very own dark roast specials. Boy, I think my jaw about hit the floor when I heard the case had been solved. Thanks to you two, it barely put a dent in business. We owe you one. So, the owner said it's on the house today.
Oh, wow, thank you.
Sip. Sip.
It's dark roast or nothing in the morning.
I love the way you can feel it coursing through your body from the first sip. Can't start my day without it. And speaking of, I have something I'd like to share with you a little later. Are you free for lunch? I know a place with food that goes spectacular with any brew.
Absolutely, I'm free.
Daydream, Justice Ado. End. 5,000 Mira. Manly Munchies Coffee. Can got a few more notes out of that too. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails in the Reverie. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.